Babies. I took a trip to France. I was elected chief of staff at my hospital, just to name a few things. Let me tell you a little bit about my spring break last year. My husband, Bob, who's also here, and my son, Bert, and I flew out here to San Diego on Palm Sunday. While we were here, we went to the zoo and to Scripps Aquarium, and my son learned how to surf. But on Tuesday of that week, I had the privilege of becoming a living donor of my kidney to our friend Chrissy. Chrissy's here, and she is the person who helped my husband pick out the clothes when we had our first date. So I'm either mad at her forever or forever indebted to you. That was in 1988. Becoming a donor doesn't happen overnight. I first got wind that Chrissy needed a kidney when I was begging them for money to donate for the Avon Breast Cancer Walk that I was participating in 2009. So I asked a simple question: how do I get tested? That started a cascade of events and tests that ultimately resulted in discovering that I was a good match to donate my kidney, also known as Lucy, to Chrissy. And Jamie asked me to talk today a little bit about my experience as a living donor. So first, let's talk a little bit about the screening process. I had to fly here from Maryland, and I got to meet doctors, nurses, social workers, etc. And what was interesting about that day is that at least 4 people asked me if I'd been offered money for my kidney. And I said, I don't need their money, I'm a doctor. However, what it taught me, and what I realized, is that everybody that's a living donor actually does it for a reason other than money. They do it because they care about somebody. Second, I really actually appreciated when I came from my pre-op right before the surgery that you all have an alternative medicine department. I just love California because I'm a gynecologist in Maryland and they look like they think you have 2 heads when you say the word alternative medicine. But I do think that I had a really positive experience. I don't know about other living donors here, but we did some guided imagery, and then they had a healing touch the day after the surgery, and I think that really did help a lot with my healing. My healing just went fantastic, besides the prayers of my church, which went on for months after that as well. So anyway, my post-op course went fine. That is, until Chrissy's husband came in, and I said, Dave, can you go check my call button isn't quite working. And so he went back to behind the bed, and he pushed the blue button that was back there. So I never saw so many people run so fast in for the coach that Dave pushed the button on. I was perfectly fine. So anyway, I recovered in San Diego, or in La Jolla, with Chrissy's mom for about a week, and then I flew back home, and I delivered the baby the next day after I got home. By the way, Lucy seems to be working. Chrissy's had her ups and downs this year, but she hasn't had to have dialysis for 12 months now. So, about my experience as a living donor, I've given some thought about what I should share today, and I'm compelled to tell you that the transplant team, all the way along, they actually kept saying to me, you don't have to do this. You can turn back anytime. You can say you don't want to do it, and we'll just move along. And so really, ultimately, it was my decision to do that. And although I never really set out to donate a kidney, it just worked out, and it just seemed to be the right thing. And now that it's been 12 months since the event, and Chrissy and Dave are planning an extended trip to South Africa in May, and I'm well, it definitely was the right thing to do. Yeah.
I feel very blessed and very lucky that I received Barb's kidney and that I didn't need to wait the long time that some people do. And I'm sorry if you're waiting, but I'm really happy that I'm alive.
Somebody else is pretty happy about that too.